some people.
Most definitely. Most definitely. There's a lot of us just because the young ones out here being wild and misguided by people that's out here just trying to profit off of their off of them for being wild. I didn't know how else to put that, But most definitely, if they could just change one person, you know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of brothers out here. There's a lot of brothers out here that still respect them. There's a lot of young ones out here still respect them. If they let them out and put them in the equation, a lot of this killing will stop. People like, oh, they might kill Larry Hoover, get out. No, no, no. They might, but they not, because he's not trying to get in the street like that. He's trying to be a family man, a grandfather, a father. He's trying, and that's what he's trying to be. Yeah, he probably speak up for what's going on, because that's who he is. He want to see his people. He don't like the way that his people are rotating right now, but most definitely, yes, they'll make a big difference. And these people know that, but they don't want to let them out because they know that. And why they don't want to let them out? Because they know that. Because now you messing with government money. Because
time pays.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So that's the reason.
The brother got in here that Malcolm X was a real Muslim.
Yeah.
Nothing, hey, no doubt.
No doubt, right? Yeah, he was.
Ain't no doubt. You know what? Something. This is a question that I really, really need to ask you. Since Jeff Ford and Larry Hoover have been in jail for so long, there are renegades, meaning they're renegades that don't have any allegiance to anybody and they don't have any leadership. How do you think that Jeff Ford and Larry Hoover would be able to deal with the renegades that don't have allegiance to anybody?
You never know how much of an influence he would have on them, or impact he would have on their train of thought. Just for them being out, that might change them being a renegade, because now the OG's out. You know what I'm saying? And they might slow it down. I think it'll make it'll be a big influence on them, and pretty much slow them down on what they're doing, make them stop and think. We won't never know until they actually let him out and try. But I really think there'll be a big influence and on the renegades, because some of these cliques, and if you know, and I know because I got boots on the ground, some of these cliques and some of these little renegades, it's not just Stone and GD, and they got GD. They might, and they look good. They might have a GD. They might have a Vice Lord. They might have a Stone or whatever. But they renegades. They little mob. You know what I'm saying? All of it's not like the same. Everybody's just not GD, and they renegade, and they got them. But it's a lot of them now. It's a whole different mobs or organizations together, and they just together as one. Okay.
We got a call, okay? Yes, hello? Yes, go ahead, brother. I'm going to put you on speaker. Thank you for calling. Where you calling from? What city? Okay, I'm going to put you on speaker, okay? Go ahead, brother, and ask your question, okay?
Yeah, I ain't from Chicago, but it's just like, bro, it's like, I be looking.
Can you hear?
Like,
yes, sir.
Antonio?
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah, I be looking at, like, I'm from Florida though, but I be looking at like Chicago, like what the hell, like why so much chaos. But now I understand, like they took all the leaders out the equation. Like even it's like a scientifically experiment they did in Africa. Like when you kill the male elephant, the baby elephants are run wild. The baby elephants, damn, my dad died, so I don't really know where to go. They're just in the wilderness. Like,
so, what's your question to him, my brother?
My question?
Yeah.
I had a question because I was looking at Jeff Ford's daughter.
Yes.
He got a daughter down in Chicago.
Yes.
She was saying, she was like, the reason they really gave him so much time.
Yes.
It was like Jeff Ford, he had this policy like no drugs and alcohol in the community.
Yeah.
And back then in them days, like the CIA or whatever you want to call them, they was trying to put drugs into the community from like, back then with Reagan and Nixon when they had the drugs and shit from Vietnam. But I guess Jeff Ford was trying to stop that shit. So you know how it go, bro. When you get in the way with them folks' money, it's like
okay.
trying to knock your head off.
So you say that's your question to the brother. Hey, brother, and you
was that true? Like, did he really try to stop?
Okay. Okay, and you know what, man? Thank you for watching. And please, you know what, brother? Please share this broadcast, please.
Yes,
okay, okay. He wanted to know about Larry and Jeff. Did you hear the question?
Yeah, about that's why. Yeah, that's what I've been saying the whole time. You know what I'm saying? They don't promote until this day. They don't promote. Agree with doing drugs and all that. You know what I'm saying? But he's right. That's what I've been saying. Anytime you deal with the government and you dealing with their money, or you into their money, drugs and alcohol and stuff creates crime, especially on the streets. So that could have been part of the reason, but we know the biggest reason is because then people can slow crime down. You slow crime down. You slow that stock down. You slow people going down in jail. Then they don't need as much police in the neighborhoods that's designed to have poverty. You know what I'm saying? And you messing with their money.
Okay, you got a question from Mr. Law. Okay, the question is, I'm lowering my head to read. Okay, in my opinion, the BDs and the GDs, they're the same. It's just sad how they kill each other through the years. So many brothers, uncles, and male cousins died because of the petty differences.
He right. And he right. And it's sad how they die over petty differences, but that's not just with them. That's with every mob. You know what I'm saying? That's just not with BDs and GDs. Any time you dying and it's not natural to me. I think it's petty, but it's with all the mobs. That's just with BDs and GDs. It's deep. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I got another question. No. Okay. Go ahead, caller. Where you calling from? And thanks for calling. Okay, let me put you on speakerphone, okay? Go ahead, my brother, and ask the question. He's calling from Florida. Go ahead, brother.
Tony, you can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say like my question was basically like, but it's like an easy question because it's all racism. But I was gonna say they only gave the Al Capone 11 years, but Larry Hoover he got a 6 life sentences, but Al Capone they got 11 years. You telling me Larry Hoover was worse than Al Capone, bro?
Damn, that's a good question. Did you hear that question?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's a good question. You know what? I never even thought about that. For people that did not hear it, he's saying, hey, Al Capone, look at what he did. Look at the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. He only got 11 years. And here it is. Jeff, they got life. Can you explain that? That's a good question.
Because they're black. That's all I can tell you. I can't explain nothing else because they black.
The syndicate, you said Lucky Luciano. Okay. He was deported. I don't know if you know that. He was deported. Okay. Well, here it is. That's a good point. Al Capone had many killed.
Yeah, because he even though he's Italian, that's what they consider white, and our people is black. I'm not saying I'm not prejudiced. I got white friends, all that, but I'm just saying it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And back then, you know, and everybody knows it has something to do with color. They didn't want to see our people prosper and gain and get into positions of power. Because if that was the case, they would never took Martin Luther King out. You hear what I'm saying? And it was the CIA. It wasn't, and they plotted on that. I'm not gonna name names or who had something to do with it, but just do your history, do your homework. You know what I'm saying? It's a black and white thing back then when it started.
Well, you know what, though? We can go back to the Noble Drew Ali, brother. You know what? He had a movement. For people don't know who Noble Drew Ali was, he had a movement back to Africa, and he mailed out letters, and they sent him to jail or had him deported because for mail fraud. Come on, brother. You know what? You got another call, brother. Go ahead, brother. What city you from? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, bro.
What Tony was saying, like, bro, they been killing and lusting our leaders up. Like Jesus, the fucking Malachi York.
Malachi York.
And who was Tupac, you know, Tupac's step, what's the Tupac dad name? Tupac's stepdad.
Tupac Shakur.
Yeah, him, the other dude, Malachi York, the other dude, Yowie Ben Yowie, like, bruh, this shit been going on for like 2,000 years. Like, this dude got a black Messiah, he was from Forte around. So
We gonna
Al Sharpton, he'll give us Farrakhan and Al Sharpton, but they'll give us Obama, but they would never give us like a real true leader, like somebody they can't control, like Larry Hoover, Jeff Ford.
Man, I don't even want to say nothing about Obama because
Me neither. I'm not gonna touch that.
I don't want to say. You know what? One day I'm gonna do a show talking about Obama, but let's let him respond to that. Okay? Thank you, brother.
Okay.
All right.
Now, what was this kind of question? He didn't put it in the form of a question. I thought he was making statements.
Yeah, he was making a statement saying that there are leaders that have been killed that wanted to uplift the conscious level.
Yeah, and when you uplift the conscious level, and you uplift the conscious level of somebody that's not woke, they start doing the right thing, like growth and development. We're conscious. We're doing the right thing because we know that if I go do this, I'm gonna end up in jail, not be able to take care of my family. And when you wake up, you feel it. You know that selling drugs and being out on the streets is only one or two ways you're gonna go. Either death or in jail. You know what I'm saying? And either way it goes, somebody profiting off your death and somebody profiting off you going to jail. So you messing with people money when people come conscious and you start waking them up.
You know, you got something in here. I'm gonna ask you about something else, but it's crazy because they even deported Marcus Garvey. Do you believe that? Marcus Garvey. I thought he went to jail.
I didn't know he was deported. Now, I'm not.
He had a movement back to Africa. Okay. And you know what they say? The letters that he sent out, they say it was mail fraud. And they deported him back to Africa. Well, but I'm not going to say back to Africa, but they deported him. Okay. And that's great. You know, I want to ask you, man, you talk about Larry Hoover and Jeff Ford. I believe both of them created a movement called PUSH, a coalition to galvanize gang members to vote people in office. And
go ahead.
And it was destroyed, okay, because they had the foresight to understand, you know what, the violence ain't where it's at, you know what, we're going to go into a voting block. Why did they destroy it? Why?
Because
why did they destroy that movement? Because I remember there were gang members that were coming together, a lot of them. You know, it's almost like the Warrior movie, okay? But it's this movie called The Warriors where they brought gangs together, but they have brought them together to create a voting block. Why did they destroy that, bro?
Because we had the power. If you gather all the gang members and the gang members start going to get people from the house, putting them in their cars, taking them to go vote, and that's you changing the political I want to say direction. You know what I'm saying? And that gives the people the power. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to give the people the power. They want the government. If you have people power and you get who you want in office, so who we want in office to do what we need them to do, and so that brings more resources to our neighborhoods that they holding back. So it could possibly stop some of the poverty or slow it down where people can't get jobs. So if we put people in office what we want them to do, once again, it go back to the dollar.
Go ahead, brother. Just 1 second, okay? Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, so
hold on for 1 second. Let him finish his point. Just 1 second. Go ahead, brother.
So yeah, it politically they don't want to see nobody that have the power to persuade or put who we want in office. They want to keep the power within them. They don't want to give the power to the people. Mm-hmm. When you do that, you give them the power to the people.
Okay. You know what? We got a question. Go ahead, brother.